What's up, everybody? How you doing? For those who don't know me, I'm the artist known as Diesel Time, writer, creator, illustrator of Kalaka, Life After Death. And this year may sadly be my last year attending the Los Angeles Comic Con. Why is that, you may be asking? Now, normally I do cosplay interviews with the people who attend and trot about in their costumes. And I pretend as if they really are the characters that they are pretending to be, the villains and heroes that we read in the comic books. And I ask them questions about their characters. For those of you who may know the Zach Galifianakis show, Between Two Ferns, this is a take on that where you try to make them feel a little uncomfortable. So Between Two Nerds, I ask Batman about his dead parents. I ask Spider-Man about his dead uncle. A lot of death, I guess I asked Punisher if he's going to kill anybody. I asked Black Panther about killing his political opponent and cousin, no less. Goodness. But this year, sadly, I showed up and the music was banging real loud and I didn't want any copyright strikes, or maybe I was just looking for a reason to not do it. I don't really know at this moment as I'm doing this video. As you can see, I did stay. I took some B-roll footage. I walked around the con floor. I actually bought some comics. One of my favorite things to do at Comic-Con, other than do the interviews, is to buy comics. So this year it was all Batman. Let's see, I got the Batman Deadpool first edition print. I got some variant covers for the Rafael Grampa Batman, Gargoyle of Batman, or excuse me, Gargoyle of Gotham, issues 2 and 3. I already have issue number 1, the main cover print, but that's another story. And of course, issue number 1 of the new Batman from the DC All-In label. Excited to check this one out. After picking up the comics, I was kind of about ready to leave until I ran into my cousin. Hey! So it was actually fun. He was with his family, wife, and kids. He's got 2 boys. So it was cool to see the con experience through the eyes of these 2 young boys, 2 innocent children who want to touch and grab everything. Mommy, please buy me this. Daddy, please buy me that. And there wasn't really a whole lot for them to do other than ask for different toys. They got some Lego action figures, but as far as like experiences, there was like this one thing where you sat in the chair and they like blue screened it to make it look like you were fighting, flying a Star Wars craft. It was like a pod racing thing and then a TIE fighter. I don't remember exactly. I think an X-Wing. Point being, they had that one thing to do, and the rest was just like toys and Pokemon cards and stuff. And for me, it's kind of the same deal. I looked at some action figures. I almost bought one. It was a pretty cool Batgirl, but I resisted and got the comics instead. Better to read, I say. Like I said, I wasn't going to do the interviews, and then I figured, what? Let's just go out there with the camera. Let's take some B-roll, and when the music eventually maybe clears up, we'll see. Maybe we'll do some interviews. And the afternoon came and the music stopped and I just didn't feel like doing it. It's something I came to do. It was going to be my last year. And like I said, maybe subconsciously, it was going to be my last year. Maybe I didn't want to do it. So I got about 5 minutes of just cosplay video. The vibe was just not really there like it used to be. Like, it was not as social. It was not as packed. There was no Spider-Man conga line or groups of people dressed up as the X-Men, 6 or 7 people all together, or groups of people doing like choreographed dances together. Last year, the Deadpool Bye Bye Bye, the dance was huge. Not just Deadpool, Spider-Man, everyone was doing the Bye 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 dance last year. And there was like not even a dance circle this year. You had a couple people kind of dancing by themselves off to the side, but it wasn't a thing. The dancing was at a minimum. The socializing was at a minimum. You had a few people doing cosplay interviews. I don't know, my excuse with the music being in the background led to me just feeling like I'm not going to do it. And when the music cleared up, I just didn't feel like doing it because maybe it was something personal or maybe it was something external that was affecting my internal choice. Just be like, nah, I'm not feeling it. Maybe it was like this day, or maybe it's the trend. Like socially, people are not going out as much. You hear about people going to bars and they're all looking at their phones. it could just be a cultural thing that is affecting the Comic Con, where you got all these comic book nerds who are already not the most social life of the party, social butterflies, if you will. So to double down with the cultural trend, and then it was so much like overriding the senses. You got people to watch out for who's going what direction, and at the same time, you want to look at all the different costumes. You're being distracted this way and that way, and then you got the music on top of that. It was just a lot to navigate. I wouldn't say I didn't have fun. Someone actually kind of out of the blue randomly asked me, "Are you having a good time?" I said, "Well, yeah, but not nearly as much fun as I did in previous years." And then there's also the panels. I was looking at all the different panels, and I bookmarked a few that I wanted to check out. And I only actually ended up going to one, and I walked out early because I just wasn't feeling it. Like, it wasn't quite what I expected. The information wasn't really relevant to what I needed. And I figured, better spend my time just, getting the last few shots and then go home. Went home early on both days. I don't know, maybe it was better later, but for the time I was there, like I said, it's not that I didn't have a good time. It's just I didn't have nearly as good as a good time as previous years. And I felt like there was just something in the air. There was something struggling to put into words. I'm saying it's less social. I pointed out the dancing. I might try doing something new. Maybe I'll become a cosplayer next year. Maybe I'll be one of those people, and I'll have to interject some of my own fun energy. Maybe, dress up as Batman and do a bunch of silly dance moves on the con floor for everyone to, follow the lead, if you will. Get a bunch of Robins and Nightwings to get in on the mix of Batgirls and Catwoman. Who knows? We'll see next year. We'll find out, won't we? I've been your boy Diesel Time. Go check out the Kalaka Kickstarter in the month of November if you're interested in checking out a Lucha Libre comic about a wrestler who takes on the drug cartels in Mexico. Yeah, it's a fun read. Have a good rest of your day. Come back for more. Like and subscribe. Do all that. You know how the internet works. Peace.